Scott Selwood is in doubt for the clash after he was concussed following a contentious high bump from Port Adelaide small forward Lindsay Thomas last Saturday night. Joel Selwood is challenging a one-game suspension for striking Thomas after the Cats captain remonstrated with the former North Melbourne goal sneak after the incident with his younger brother. While Geelong might still have the Selwood brothers in its side this weekend, Sydney has been dealt a double blow with superstar pair Lance Franklin and Dan Hanbury already ruled out. Round 5 Swans coach John Longmire put a line through both Franklin, heel, and Hanbury, groin, at a press conference on Tuesday, suggesting the four-time Coleman medalist had been nursing a sore heel since playing on the hard surface at Optus Stadium in Round 1. Geelong full forward Tom Hawkins was forced out of Saturday night's game against Port Adelaide at the very last minute, after he suffered back spasms in the warm-up, but should be fine to return. Dan Hanbury has been ruled out of Saturday's game. Source: App Concussion also claimed North Melbourne midfielder Shaun Higgins and St Kilda wingman Jack Nunes last weekend. Given the severity of Higgins' concussion and the damage to his face, it would appear highly unlikely the Kangaroos star will play this weekend. While the ultra-durable wingman is also in doubt for the Saints' trip to Tasmania, which would bring an end to his 93-game streak. Fremantle tall forward Matt Taberner is set to miss an extended period after he fractured his foot in the opening quarter of the Dockers' win over the Western Bulldogs. The other incident from that game at Optus Stadium, Bulldogs forward Tory Dixon is set to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring strain, with the hard surface at Perth's new stadium claiming another pair of victims. Greater Western Sydney defender Nick Haynes injured his knee in a marking contest with teammates Jeremy Cameron against St Kilda. He returned to the game, but sat out late to put him in doubt for the Giants' clash with Brisbane. Gold Coast youngster Darcy McPherson might not play again this season after breaking his leg in Sunday's Q-Clash win over Brisbane. Shaun Higgins lies on the ground following an incident with Ryan Burton. Source: Getty Images. Adelaide Eddie Betts, hamstring, 1 week. Kyle Chaney, hamstring, 1 week. Brad Crouch, groin, 4 to 5 weeks. Matt Crouch, hamstring. Test Sam Gibson, hamstring, 2 to 3 weeks. Alex Keith, ankle, 2 to 3 weeks. David McKay, concussion. Test Andrew McPherson, groin, 4 to 5 weeks. Brodie Smith, knee season. Rory Sloane, foot. Test Lachlan Murphy, hamstring, 1 week. Brisbane Lions Mitchell Hinch, hamstring. Test Jack Payne, shin, 1 to 2 weeks. Daniel Rich, ankle. Test Sam Skinner, knee. TBC Toby Waller, finger, 8 weeks. Dane Zorko, elbow. Test Carlton Sharon Byrne, quad, 1 to 2 weeks. Doherty, knee season. Darcy Lang, ankle. Test Matthew Lobb, quad, 2 weeks. Caleb Marchbank, ankle, 2 weeks. Ilian McDade, foot, 2 to 3 weeks. Mark Murphy, plantar fascia, 3 weeks. Jared Pickett, wrist, 8 weeks. Alex Silvagni, hamstring, 1 to 2 weeks. Tom Williamson, back, 2 to 3 weeks. Collingwood Taylor Adams, hamstring, 1 week. Tom Broomhead, broken leg, season. Jamie Elliott, hamstring, 1 to 2 weeks. Tyson Goldsack, knee season. Lovey Greenwood, knee and quad, 1 week. Hale Kirby, hard issue. TBC Darcy Moore, hamstring, 1 week. Josh Smith, hamstring, 1 week. Ascendant Patrick Ambrose, wrist, 1 week. Mitch Brown, calf. TBC Travis Collier, foot, 2 to 3 weeks. Matt Dia, leg, 1 to 2 weeks. Aaron Francis, mental health. TBC Marty Gleason, ankle, 6 to 8 weeks. Ben McNeese, hamstring. Test Fremantle Michael Apnes, ankle. Test Harley Bennell, calf. TB Ashon Darcy, knee. TBA Hugh Dixon, ankle. TBA Brady Gray, hamstring, 2 weeks. Bradley Hill, knee. Tested Langdon, illness. TBA Griffin Logue, foot. T Bailey Spur, knee. TBA Cam Sutcliffe, concussion. Test Geelong Cats Gary Ablett, hamstring, 1 to 3 weeks. Nakia Cockatoo, knee. TBC Corey Gregson, foot. Test Cam Guthrie, ankle, 5 to 6 weeks. Lachie Henderson, knee. Indefinite. Lincoln McCarthy, quad. Test Quentin Narkle, knee. 2 to 4 weeks. Kit Selwood, concussion. Test Barry Taylor, foot. Indefinite. Gold Coast Suns Will Brody, hamstring. Test Pierce Hanley, shoulder, 10 to 12 weeks. Gade Kalad Jashnij, concussion. Test Sean Lemons, broken hand, 2 to 3 weeks. Darcy McPherson, broken leg, 12 to 14 weeks. Dom Nichols, shoulder, 14 to 16 weeks. Josh Schoenfeld, hamstring. Test Jack Scrimshaw, cheekbone, 4 week. Sherrison Wig, fractured ankle, 6 weeks. Peter Wright, calf. Test GWS Chintz Matt Bunting, knee. 1 week. Brent Daniels, knee. 1 to 2 weeks. Josh Kelly, groin. Test Adam Kennedy, knee. 1 to 2 weeks. Zach Langdon, hand. 1 to 2 weeks. Rory Lobb, knee. Test Dom Scully, fractured ankle, 8 weeks. Will Satterfield, knee. Season. Zach Williams, Achilles, indefinite. Hawthorne Cyril Rioli, medial ligament, 4 weeks. Palpu Apollo, hamstring, 4 weeks. Grant Burkle, knee. 7 weeks. Sean Burgoyne, hamstring. Test Jonathan Segler, back. Test Rian Schoenmakers, Achilles, available. Dylan more. Shoulder, 4 weeks Melbourne Tom Bug, leg, TBC Tom McDonald, foot, 1 to 2 weeks Bat McKenna, hamstring, indefinite Aaron Vandenberg, ankle, 8 Jack Viney, foot, 2 to 3 weeks Jordan Lewis, hand, 1 to 2 weeks North Melbourne Sean Higgins, concussion, test Nathan Ravat, thumb, test Declan Munt, forward, ankle, tested Vickers Willis, concussion, test Corinne Hayden, shoulder, TBC Oscar Junker, concussion, test Declan Watson, knee, indefinite Port Adelaide Tom Rockcliffe, calf, test Matthew Broadbent, ankle, TBC Willem Drew, foot, TBC Cameron Hewitt, shin, TBC Paddy Ryder, Achilles, 1 to 2 weeks Richmond Daniel Rioli, foot, TBC ST Kill Danathan Freeman, hamstring, test Hemi Webster, hip, test Josh Bruce back, 5 to 6 weeks Darren Minchington, knee, 4 to 6 weeks Rowan Marshall, concussion, test Dylan Roberton, heart condition, indefinite Dalton Langlands, glandular fever, indefinite Daniel McKenzie, concussion, test Kobe Stevens, concussion, test Sydney Swans Jordan Foot toe, TBC Jordan Dawson, quad, test Lance Franklin, heel, 1 to 2 weeks Dan Hanbury, groin, 1 to 2 weeks Alex Johnson, groin, hip, test Lewis Melican, hamstring, 1 to 2 weeks Naismith, knee, season to be pink, ankle, 4 to 6 weeks Reed, leg, 8 weeks West Coast Eagles Daniel Venables, ankle, 11 weeks Seamus Brayshaw, knee, 4 weeks Eric McKenzie, toe, indefinite Liam Ryan, ankle, 10 weeks Lakay Shui, toe, test Nathan Vardy, adductor, test Benio Longo, knee, test Western Bulldogs Marcus Adams, ankle, 4 to 5 weeks Kieran Collins, ankle, 3 to 4 weeks Shaden Crozier, knee, test Omley Baratori, knee, season Dale Morris, knee, 5 to 6 weeks Liam Pickin, concussion, indefinite Clay Smith, knee, 5 to 6 weeks Brad Lynch, hamstring, 7 to 8 weeks Josh Shatch, ankle, test Rourke Smith, ankle, test Bailey Williams, middle ear infection, test